What's up, Planeswalkers? Literally Black and White Theoric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. I do, of course, hope you head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal, and it helps support the show. Now, today, we're playing some Black and White. We're playing the Mummy's Curse. We're back with more zombies. Why? Because, as I said the other day, I'm playing shit I want to play, even if it's similar to shit I've played before. And I want to complete the zombie cycle while I still have a chance. This is the Black-White version that I called the Mummy's Curse for some reason. Or zombies was a thing that I could have done, but I went with Mummy's Curse because I wanted to. Anyway, this deck is, still borrows those leanings from the Aristocrat style deck. I am running Cruel Celebrant and Priest, even though neither of those are zombies. But they worked with the deck. I felt they did fine. I wasn't going too in on the Aristocrats aspect, so I feel like this is an okay place. I do have 4 Gutterbones. I know a lot of people have decried my lack of use of Gutterbones in the past. Excuse me. So this, for what it's worth, is better than a lot of the other zombies in the list. Luckily, it is at least a skeleton to take advantage of Death Baron. Unfortunately, it cannot get extra advantage from Liliana Untouched by Death, but we only run 2 of those, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. The fact of the matter is, though, this is a card that we do not care if it dies because we can get it back. And this deck wants things to die, so our opponent dies. It's very similar to, it's essentially our mono black zombie list, kind of mixed with our things dies list, just shove them together. 3 Eternal Taskmasters, this is in the deck because we want to be able to get back things like Death Baron, Midnight Reaper, Cruel Celebrant, mostly. And this is a relatively okay rate for it. 2 mana, 2/3 is totally fine. 3 mana, do sure, why not? If we're flooding out, we got some stuff to do, it's cool. Priest Forgotten Gods, Cruel Celebrant, they're the Aristocrats package. You got a sack deal, you got a death triggered deal, it's great. 1 Dreadhorde Invasion. I initially had this at 3, but 1, I noticed that I had kind of too many 2-drops anyway, and 2, the Dreadhorde Invasion just never felt great in the deck. It's fine, but it never felt great. So I cut it down to 1, and I actually really like where it's at. I think having it sometimes is nice, but it's not great in the majority of situations. 4 Midnight Reapers. I want to draw cards. This was at 3 initially, then I was at 23 lands, had to go up to 24. 24 felt like a little bit too much, so I added a 4th Midnight Reaper. As you can see, we're at 61 cards. That's how I do. 4 Death Barons. Death Touch Death Touch to zombies and skeletons. Yeah. 3 Mortifies. It's removal. 2 Vraska Contempt is removal. 2 Liliana Untouched by Death. I need to remember that Gutterbones is not a zombie. I've had situation, cough cough, on my live stream, should totally follow me on twitch.tv/Theoric6, where I had a Gutterbones and 1 zombie, and I -2'd, thinking I would kill an X2, and I didn't. I think I still won that match, but I can't remember. +1 is helpful. Sometimes you'll get zombies, sometimes you won't. Who cares? Fucking +1 helpful, -3 helpful, -2 helpful. It's just a nice, valuable card. 2 Sorins. Actually kind of like it better than Liliana in this deck. The big reasons are the -X is fantastic in a deck where the majority of your creatures are 2s and 3s. Being able to just get back one of our very key creatures is always nice. And then, on our turn, our creatures have lifelink, right? We're going to be able to gain life just by smorking our opponent's face, and that's what we want to do. +2 is, helpful for some ping damage here and there. 2 God-Eternal Oketra and Bontus, they're just good. They're zombies, and they're good in this deck, right? Bontu helps us mitigate flood. We play Bontu. Let's say we have 5 lands. We're playing our on 5. Have one land in hand. We can honestly sacrifice 3 lands because we're probably going to draw at least 1 more land from the cards we've drawn, and then we still have functionally 5 lands, right? So Bontu, very helpful at mitigating flood, and she's a nice sack outlet for, you have Cruel Celebrant out, you got maybe a bunch of zombie tokens from different things. You sack them, your opponent dies. That's all I'm saying. And then, of course, God-Eternal Oketra is really good at filling your board with zombies. You play her, and then you play cards, and then you get other cards back, and bada bing, bada boom, you got a zombie army. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking like. And then, of course, Liliana Dreadhorde General, she's cool. These are the lands we're going with, obviously. I don't know why I like this one better than the other good-looking swamp. But this one, obviously, Eternal Army, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about the sideboard cards, hopefully, if I recall, after the games. We have been playing in ranked, and I played a lot of practice games against viewers with this deck. So, take that as you will. I'm not going to go back through my Twitch VOD and try and see how many I won and lost with, because I was just playing. But I did just play a game against Merfolk, and I was able to murder them. I don't know why I keep talking like this. I don't love it. But it has lands and spells. And it's very hard to say no to a hand that has lands and spells. Okay. I don't think I want to play this. Like, our opponent's on red of some sort. I don't want to take 2 damage unnecessarily. Right, like, I assume my opponent is going to be the aggressive deck here. Maybe I was wrong. Sure. Gotta Gutterbones. So I'll be able to play a Sorin at least, which is nice. I mean, the way things are looking, I'll probably be able to just play my hand out, which is always helpful. Rhythm of the Wild. Mortify? Not a Mortify. Very, very awkward. So this can go very badly. As he takes a drink from his cherry water. Thorn Lieutenant? Don't care. Thorn Lieutenant can bite me. Not the Thorn Lieutenant. I don't care. I love how they waited, though. And I think the correct decision is probably not Sorin. Is it? Like, I'm going to play Oketra, and I want to be able to make zombies, so maybe it's correct to just play Sorin here, plus knowing that my opponent is going to try and murk him to death. I can block. This will die, which I don't really care too much about. I think I need the long-term value if we're going up against Rhythm of the Wild deck. Obviously, I'm going to want to deal with Rhythm of the Wild by getting a Mortify or something, but should be okay for right now. No attacks. And also distracts from my face. That is not what I wanted to see. Yeah, Rhythm deck is gonna suck. You don't have Death Trample, though. Would I rather keep this out? That is a good question. Double Strike. This has Death Touch always. I think I'd probably end up playing Oketra. She's a good job blocking these. Sorin's just dead. I think I'll take 5 here. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have the early hand. Right, this hand is a lot better against. Do I play Oketra here? I think I do. Yeah, she has more power. I think it's correct to play Oketra here. Next turn, I'm probably just going to Liliana minus. Oh, by the way, I'm doing something different with my lighting. I turned off the lights from the actual room. I don't know if this looks better. Let me know in the comments. So what's really nice about these rhythm decks is that they vomit their hand out. And then usually we're okay. We need them essentially to top deck poorly, but 2, 4, 6. So my opponent can activate Thorn Lieutenant. So that's something I do need to worry about. He says, brushing his beard. Interesting decision for sure. He should keep that one, yeah. Because that'll buff up his current one. Luckily it doesn't have trample. So I can just chump that pretty easily. So, easy chump. And I want to kill something, because I'm going to just play Liliana next turn and minus. The unfortunate bit, of course, being the fact that my opponent is going to be able to riot out a creature. But I think I do want to just kill this, so I take a minimal amount of damage. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's correct. Next turn, just play Liliana. Oh, right, my opponent's going to have two creatures. Shoot. How did I miscount that so horribly? Yeah, I fucked up a little.
Warrior Queen Necromancer has a
I blocked.
Never heard anyone.
Blocked there and there. I would have taken. Oh no, I had to block like that. Or otherwise, I would have died. Like I couldn't have killed Lenore Elf as well. Interesting decision there. So we know those two are there. This can go up to 7. So this can put me to 1. We have to fade a draw. And unfortunately, you know, we just didn't have a very strong opening hand against a deck like this. You know, we really want Mortifies. We really want to be able to put up pressure on early. get down Death Barons and things like that. Yeah, you're going to put me to 1, I assume. Sure. Sure. We have this. We have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could play this, or we could play Bontu. So we could play Bontu plus Priest. Do we sack anything to draw? Probably. So I'll just need to fade a flying creature. Let's see, I'm going to want to play Oketra plus Baron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess I actually can't do that because I'm stupid. So let's drop 2 lands, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll draw me 2 cards. I'll have Priest though, so maybe I should just do this. Well, I might not have Priest. I don't know. I'll probably end up blocking that though. I think dropping just 1 is fine. You know, even if the next card is a land, I think this is still just the safest play here. If I'm able to come back from this, it'll be a miracle. So I know he has 2 Ronuses up next, so I'm going to have to weather that storm somehow. Sure, that is fine. Cool. Okay. First things first, this. Second,
Like a fun new toy.
do I do this now? Play Oketra, play a Death Baron, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Death Baron, yeah. So I could, and I think that's the correct decision, right? We play this, we sack these, and then we'll have Oketra, Death Baron, and a 4/4. So this should be fine. They're going to lose their Lana Ralph, I guess. But I do think this is correct. That's it. This. Forgot to get to draw more cards. Okay. So, play a Swamp. Alternatively, I could play Death Baron, Death Baron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This costs 2. I wouldn't want to play Midnight Reaper because I would die. Horribly painful, horrible, painful death. So I think I'm going to just do this plus Death Baron. What's really nice about this is that Oketra will have Death Touch as well. So she'll be able to first strike kill things, which is always nice. Next turn I'll be able to play, you know, Death Baron in minus Liliana, honestly. Theoretically, we've rounded the corner, right? So I block here because no matter how big they pump this, she has first strike. And I just block here. Yep. I can get another zombie. I don't care. Sure, activate it all you want. That doesn't work how you want it to work because I have Death Touch and first strike. Yep. I mean, even if you do that, right, my creatures have Death Touch. You're going to lose both your creatures. And these don't get trample. Yeah. Goodbye. Oops, indeed. So now I can start doing this shit at instant speed. Yeah. Wow, we came back from 1 there. Yeah, I mean that just goes to show that, you know, no matter how bad your situation might be, you might still win. Got some questions. Got some very interesting questions. Jester asks, fucking this really, whatever, man. Would you say that exposure to pornography often leads to violent sex being normalized in a person's thought process? Not at all. I'm someone who studies psychology. Sex psychology is obviously not my area, but based purely on what I know from my classes, not at all. Especially when you use the term leads, that type of causality has never been shown. I don't know if there's even correlation. Violent sex being normalized in a person's thought process. Yeah, in general, like over the long term, I do not believe that is the case. It's possible during short-term testing that it is, but the I can't remember what it's called, but the length of time that that's active, I think, is relatively short. So I think, honestly, I just play Priest. Yeah, just go on the blocking game, and very sadly, put these sound effects to lower, because Arena is optimized poorly. Chain Whirler, yeah, that's unfortunate. I still think I easily block here. Contempt is nice to see, but I will need to actually get another land. If I can just draw 3 lands in a row, 3 non-shock lands in a row, I should be okay. You know, being able to Contempt something, then play Bontu, which is a very large problem for my opponent to deal with. I'm blocking here, right? I'm the control deck here, and if my opponent doesn't have a way to kill Death Baron, then that was kind of a free block for me. I assume another Chain Whirler? Yeah. I would have blocked regardless, like, knowing Death Baron would have died. That is bad. Both of these come down tapped. I'm going to go down to 5. I'm fairly certain I'm just dead. That's one of the biggest issues with this deck right now, is that all of your 1-drops come in tapped, and 3 of your 10 2-drops come in tapped, right? So, definitely unfortunate. I do wish I maybe had a little bit more mana here. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just dead here. Okay. Sharon is a potential issue. They shouldn't plus here. Well, I guess they could plus her here.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
I mean, at this point, I need to draw a land so I can get rid of Chandra.
I can watch it burn.
Yeah, didn't draw land. I mean, that's just how it goes. I guess I'm not dead yet, right? Can chump. And then the following turn, I just die. Yeah, there's no reason. I might as well move on. Very unfortunate chain of events going on here. Going second against Mono Red. We did go second, right? Yeah, going second against Mono Red, where didn't have a strong start. It's definitely unfortunate. Frog asks, if I could own the pelt of any animal, what would it be? Wolf. I'm not even kidding. I fucking love wolves. But you're asking me if I would own a pelt? Like, it'd be fucking badass to have a giant fucking gray wolf pelt. Dex Decadu. If you could have any game in VR, which one would it be? It depends entirely on the capabilities of the VR, right? If I could have Magic in VR where, like, the lands are, like, small vistas being added to the board, and then, like, the creatures I summon are, like, actually, fucking essentially, like, the hologram technology from Yu-Gi-Oh, right? If it was like that, this immediately. Another mono red deck I'm noticing. Gonna kill my Eternal? It's not fine, but it's fine. So I could Barons, or I can Mortifies. I don't know which I would rather do. I guess I'd rather Mortifies. Other games that would be interesting in VR, I would say Hollow Knight, but that game kind of like requires your ability to see like the entire screen. Like I couldn't imagine the Path of Pain in VR where you have to like fucking look around at the saw blades of impending doom. Like that would suck. And we're gonna go and Mortify this right there. Got another land, that's nice. Always nice to see. Do I want to Baron of Death here? Mortify, I think I do want to save for something a bit larger. So I think this is fine. As Goes Online would be fun. It would be hard because like there's like dodge roll mechanics. There's sure. Using 2 creatures on one of mine, I'm fine with. Right? I'm still saving 2 damage. Like I technically don't think my opponent should have done that. But I'll take it. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Do I Sorin and get back something? Do I Sorin and plus? I think I kind of want to Sorin and plus. It takes if they're going to try to kill it, it takes resources away from them. And I gain a life. So they are going to have to pump resources into Sorin if they want Sorin to die. Which I would be fine with. Sure, that's 1 resource. Alright, and they're spending all of that damage to kill Sorin, and I absolutely am fine with that, especially if I can draw another land for God-Eternal. Not another land, but I think I'm fine just playing out Baron. Yeah, I think I'm fine playing out Baron. Oh, I can't. Cancel. That's totally fine. I was going to Mortify the entire time. I promise. Sharon.
You want to play with fire, huh? There's no problem fire can't solve.
Rude. Die. The issue with Sharon is, Sharon's gonna become an issue, I think. Let's try and just plus the hell out of Liliana and just gain a bunch of life that way. Cool. Gotta keep this for blocking that. They're gonna plus, though, which is unfortunate. If you want an MMO experience that is, like, actually interesting and isn't just, like, timer-based, fucking play Elder Scrolls Online. If you're PCNA, find me. You just at me. Like, it's at Derek6. Like, it's the same. I use my name everywhere, which is really nice. Cough, cough, some people who are in the Discord who don't have the same Twitch names and I don't recognize. I think I might have been watching too much Chris Raygun. Don't know. Space Monkey. In what way do you hope the meta will shift after rotation? I hope... I mean, there is no hope. Baby Teferi is still going to exist. All hope is lost. Nothing's okay. There's no such thing as happiness. I'll play this, I guess. That Chandra is going to be a problem. Need to find a Contempt. Well, light up the stage.
You burning.
You burning. Sure, Lava Runner. It's instant, not sorcery. So my opponent needs another instant for this block on Steamkin to not work out in their favor. Wow, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that. A lot of lands I skipped over, unfortunately.
Don't get squeamish on me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. I think the deck does really well against non-aggro decks. Or at least it did in the practice. Well, no, it beat Merfolk. Maybe it's just red. Red's got a lot of reach. I don't know if there's any hope after rotation. I hope that different types of control are viable. Like, right now, the only types of control that are really viable are the Jeskai Planeswalkers deck, and that's essentially entirely due to Teferi. The Esper control deck, which is essentially due to Teferi, and then the Grixis control deck, which is due to the fact that they theoretically have a good matchup against Teferi. I disagree with that, but like those are like kind of barely the only viable control options. Aggro right now essentially all like mono red, mono white, or variants thereof. I don't know. Like it'd be cool to see some viable aggressive variants that are, you know, tribe related or something like that. Looks like we're going to get Boros Feather. We'll play a priest here. I have so many 2-drops. And then like mid-range is just not viable right now. Like there's the explore package, but that doesn't even count, right? Like why wouldn't you just target your 10th District Legionnaire? My opponent is very obviously new because they don't know how triggers resolve. So, for those of you who don't know, Reckless Rage deals 4 damage to target creature you control, and 2 damage to target creature you control. Sorry, don't control, do control. And this is on the stack, targeting my creature and the 10th District Legionnaire. right? Since this is targeting 10th District Legionnaire, this trigger, the 10th District Legionnaire trigger, goes onto the stack. While that's on the stack, you get a counter, and you scry. Then, the Reckless Rage resolves, dealing 2 damage to a now 3 toughness 10th District Legionnaire. My opponent did not need to take that damage. My opponent very likely has a spell to pump these, so I'm just going to block here. Force them to take more of their life. They chose not to. Fair, I guess. I like the idea of getting Sorin, or like playing Sorin and getting Death Baron back. But at the same time, it might just be better to Contempt. Yeah, it might just be better to Contempt. What is in my opponent's hand? There it is. So I'm screwed now. Oh well. Man, I don't know. This meta is just not great. I mean, the Feather deck is interesting. But, like, imagine for a second I was playing Grixis Control right now. This deck just loses. Right. That's an interesting decision. I think the game knows how dire it is. More lands. We draw more lands. Alright. Well, I want to try and get another game in. You know, you guys might think that I'm, like, conceding too often. But, you know, mono red, Boros. It's like, I want to play something, like, kind of drawn out and interesting. What was our first match? Didn't we win that? I'm pretty sure we did. I just don't remember what it was. Green. Red. Ace. Rhythm Wild, that's what it was. My brain RB broken. There we go. This seems like a good hand to me. 1, 2, hopefully I get a 3, 4, 5. I have what? 4, 8, 11 threes? Blue of some sort. Got my 4th mana. But will I have my 3rd card? I've seen this deck before, and I literally always forget what the heck it's supposed to be. I've seen this deck before, and I never remember what the heck it is. So next turn I can play Celebrant, or a 3-drop if I get one, which I would like, please. They're just attacking. Okay. Chart course? Yes? No? I hate the sound. Oh, is it just Pirates this time? Okay. Well, I have a 3-drop, so that's nice. Bye. Currently win this race. Ruin Rider? Maybe this is just Pirates? Yeah, I guess it's just Pirates. Unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable playing Liliana into this board. Well, target you can control. Yeah, like I plus Lily, then this would activate. So I think I'd rather just play this. Play this. Next turn, Bontu. Sack some stuff. Scrub McGruff? The crime dog? What is it? McGruff. Scrub. It's S something McGruff, the crime dog. Spud McGruff? Who cares? Sure. Absolutely. Who are you playing now, punk? Freebooter? No, you've taken my Liliana. You have taken my Liliana. I'm just gonna play Bontu and beat you to death. At least that's the plan. You can only take Liliana. I don't know why it's taking so long. Non-creature, non-land. You can only take Liliana. You're gonna be able to see my hand for the rest. Did they disconnect? Am I disconnected? No. Okay. Just took a while. Chart, sure. Don't know why I played chart second. Don't have a lot of blue mana going on. Sure, just all in with them pirates, I suppose. I'm gonna go and just play out this Bontu type creature. And we're definitely gonna eat two of these swamps. One of these swamps. We're gonna eat any of our creatures. Not really. I don't really see a reason to eat any of our creatures. Draw more cards. We're gonna eat Gutterbones. Yeah, I'll eat Gutterbones. This seems fine. Ooh, got a Contempt. I do love a Contempt. And I will just pass a Torn. Can start attacking with Bontu pretty much. Well, looks like Bontu's gone. You're targeting her with something. Or not, I don't fucking know. You're gonna make it so that dead rig can't be blocked? Grasping Scoundrel? Deadeye. Okay. Sure. Takes up a lot of your... Okay, that's what I expected. Oh no, it hurts. Sure, another Scoundrel. Pretty easily just kill the deckhand. And they're only hitting me for one a turn. Unfortunately, it gets sacrificed, so I don't gain a life. Let's see. Let's get bigger. Do I attack? This would put them down. Well, I don't know if they'll block or not. Yeah, I'll attack with this. Okay. If I feel threatened, I can obviously block here. I'd gain 2. Minary Barrier is a relatively risky play. Interesting attack. Definitely. And I do feel a bit threatened there, so I think doing this is fine. Gain some life. Put me a little bit, yeah, pretty decently ahead of the race. Storm Tamer, sure. What are you? Oh, sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's just 7? So as of right now, they only have 7. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's put this back. So if they draw a removal spell, I don't want to die to it. But I haven't seen any true removal. And what's nice here is that because Bontu has Menace, they have to leave back at least 2 creatures theoretically. Sorin would be pretty damn good. 2 of those. My second small lily would be nice. Another Contempt would be nice. Another Mortify in general would be nice. That's interesting. That is an interesting attack if they make that. Yeah. What? Okay. You're making no attacks. If they just attack with the border, I'd block. If they attack with just those 2, I'd still block the border. I would lose 3 total. I'd draw a card, though. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because they literally have to block this. So they have to play another creature here. Or they do just die. If I draw removal or a Sorin, they would just die. It's not either of those. So you have to have a creature here. Okay. Very interesting. I'm going to just attack. You have to double block Bontu. Murder. Okay. That is fine. So they're going to block, I assume, with a Storm Tamer. Sure. The issue for you is that I have an Oketra and a Bones, which will give me a 4/4, so I can block this pretty easily, and I have a pretty decent board against you. Oh, look at the purple from the card just radiate into the best avatar. Storm Tamer, you cannot attack. Because you will die. Okay. Got there. We played against Pirates, but in the end, it's a tribal matchup, and fucking vampires. And zombies prevailed. Okay. Oh, let's buy a pack. That was strange. Sure. And decks, just want to show the other cards that I considered that didn't make the cut. So, Dread Malkin, as well as the like Stitcher Supplier and Diagraph Ghoul, just barely didn't make the cut. I did have Dread Malkin in longer than the other 2. Stitcher Supplier just didn't make sense in this deck. Diagraph Ghoul was just like kind of a worse Gutterbones. For most of the time, right? They're different. But Dread Malkin, I thought, was decent. I talked about her a little bit in the Dimir Zombies list, but she just... I felt that I wanted to be a bit more mid-rangey. And this is a nice mid-range, but it's still a little bit more aggressive since it's a 1-drop. Duress, play in the sideboard. You might want to play in the main, because this format is stupid. Play 4 of them total. Liliana's Triumph. We have 4 Lilianas. You know... You'd think that maybe it's good. I just have never seen a time when it is. Elder Spell, sideboard because this format's stupid. D-Spark, good sideboard card. Revival Revenge. I really wanted Revival to work in this deck because of just how many creatures we have that are in that sub 3. 3 and sub. But I just felt that it was better for me just to play more creatures instead of trying to shoehorn this in. That said, it seems like a fine sideboard option. Profane Procession, just... a nice value card that unfortunately has never really been great. It's just really fun against mid-range strategies. You just steal all their good cards. Exil's Binding, good removal against control. Josu Vess, it's a good card. You know, it theoretically can make a bunch of zombies. It's a nice and menaced creature for 4. If you're looking for a little bit more zombies to fill out your mid-range area, this is a pretty good card. Kaya's Wrath, absolutely put it in the sideboard. Because even though, yes, we're going to lose some of our creatures, we don't care as much as our opponents when our creatures die, and we do want to have some form of recovery mechanic against the more aggressive decks. Elders Reborn, nice mid-range control card for the sideboard. Finale of Eternity is once again one of these cards that I feel like I want to play in the main deck a lot of these decks, but I'm just never confident enough in the card to play it, right? Like, looking at Finale of Eternity over something like Mortify and Contempt, you know, one, Mortify hits enchantments, Contempt hits planeswalkers, but you know, this can hit multiple things, but we need a certain amount of mana for it to be really good, yada yada yada, so I just don't know. That said, I like playing zombies, I like playing Boros. There's things like that. I'm going to be playing more of. Yeah, I'd like to, of course, thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Ruxel, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and supporting the channel, you find links to that down in the description below, as well as a link to my Discord, where we chat and play games. And shenanigans ensue that I have to deal with, like some sort of tan dad, as you people call me. And the Aether account, where I host all my deck lists, including this one. You can also become a channel member by pressing the join button if you don't want to use Patreon. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription, share Manifool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, and of course, pass the turn, and the video to some of your friends. And until next time, all will be one.